to the channel. Was cruising the MLS today for some potential short-term rental stuff and came across a cool property. So I figured I'd take you guys along for an underwriting ride on it. First, let's check out the house. This is in a pretty cool neighborhood in South Charlotte, and got a house pretty close to done. Like the wainscoting, we've got the hardwood floors already in there. I don't know if I love this fireplace. I'd probably tile that up, but I mean it's certainly not bad at all. Kitchen is somewhat open to the living space. We still got that modern open feel floor plan. The backsplash isn't particularly flashy. If I was to remodel this house, I would have knocked this sucker flat right here and just put one nice big piece of stone on it. But all in all, this will certainly work for a short-term rental. It's a 5 bedrooms, it's 3 baths, and as you can kind of see through the pictures, it's got plenty of a pop slash wow factor in it. Got a space to put in a game room area, which they're already using for that. We got 5 bedrooms, 3 full baths. Obviously, that bathroom there is still, that's original to the house. Probably paint that. Great outdoor living space. And then on top of that, we've got a 0.65 acre yard. We've got a cool kids, kind of playhouse right over here. You need to be on site to kind of check out some of the stuff is draining. Looks like they got a bit of a make-to shift of a drainage ditch back there. But wonderful backyard with pool. Maybe I'm peeking at a house through here, but it's at 0.65 acres, so we shouldn't be too close to our neighbors. Don't love that this pool pump and all that are sitting out here and it's exposed, but easy enough to put a fence around that. And there's a beautiful Charlotte skyline. So let's go in and let's take a look at the numbers on this thing, see what we think it would do. I took a sneak peek at it, but I haven't fully dug in. I figured I'd bring you guys along for that ride. So 5013 Alpine Farm. We're in Montebello. So 1976, so we're also going to look at some of his LBP, although I don't think there's any lead-based paint still in that property. Whereas it's certainly covered up at this point. So what do we think our daily rent would be? So this is a paid service that I pay for. It's called AirDNA. And this is how I have access to basically every short-term rental in the state of North Carolina. I can go in and see what it's rented for, what the data analytics are on it. So I've already pulled up this zip code, and this is the kind of the top properties that are in that zip code. So right away, you'll see that, okay, these numbers are not that good. They really aren't. Especially not for $1 million price point. $1 million price point, you want to be something that's got to be making at least $150,000, probably $175,000 a year before it's going to be a viable number. However, we've got a reasonable count up right here. I don't think that this thing has quite the pop that the subject property we're looking at could have or does have already. Got some kind of dated tile in here. This is pretty dated, especially comparatively. You take a look at this, bathroom, and then you say, okay, well, look at the subject's bathroom. And you're going to go apples to apples on this thing, and it's just not. I think you're looking at a far superior product that could be brought to market. So, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, as in terms of what I think it could really do. So, I really don't think this is a professional setup at all. This looks like it was I don't know, maybe some weekend warriors or something like that are kind of going after it. But they did get the one thing right. Got the game room, and the biggest thing is they got a pool. Outdoor living space. get to the pool. Fire pit. Guess the we put the one picture of the pool. It's kind of hard to tell if this thing is lined or if it's an actual pool. I can't tell if that's tiled, if there's a liner in that thing. Lined pools are of lower quality than full on actually built done pools. So, but we do have something to kind of to compare it to. And then the other thing I noticed in here is like, wow, this thing did 94,000. It's only a 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths, can only take 7 guests. So that's a really low bedroom bathroom count to have to that be the top operating property in the in that zip code. But also again, pool and hot tub. So okay, so that's telling us something. But if we look at this one that just has just a pool, this one over here, if we look at this data, so this thing was only offered 100 and wasn't good at that to me. There we go. So as you can see, there was only offered 178 days on the market, but it did do 74% occupancy. So if we start taking that out and say, okay, we're going to do 74% occupancy, and the average daily rate on this thing was 700. So if we'd say, okay, we think this is a superior product, but we're going to use the same number. So we're going to say, okay, we're going to average $699 a night. And if we put our occupancy over here, instead of it just being an 85% occupancy, drop it down to a 74% occupancy. Data's coming in saying, okay, this thing should probably produce around $188,000 a year for year round. I'm going to drop that down to a 70%. Just because, I mean, I would add a hot tub to this place as well, but just to kind of get rid of some of the seasonality. So this is coming back and saying, okay, you probably got unlevered at a 90% offer to list, all from $1,035,000. Saying you got a 12% unlevered return. So I mean, I've done this enough that I could tell you the 12% unlevered is probably going to come in. Oops. Do that. That 12% unlevered is probably going to come in close to probably about a 24% or so, something like that, levered. Here's when I underwrote, I think levered and unlevered. Yeah, you can see unlevered goes from 15, jumps to 19, so you're picking up like, whatever, 13% on that. So the 12 is going to jump up to 25% return when you lever that thing. So this is a definitely levered. You're probably looking at a 25% return on your investment. Unlevered, you're at 12%. And levered and unlevered, I mean if you're borrowing money on it or not. So instead of putting the full $1,035,000 down, you only put down 20%. You have to add in your annual debt service, which is probably gonna be like, I don't know, $80,000 a year or something like that. But so I would expect you can make profits on this thing right around $100,000 a year. So those deals are out there. If anybody's interested in doing short-term rentals, there's targets to be had. Thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna catch you on the next video.